Resorts World Las Vegas was pitched as the project that would redefine the north end of the Strip. Yet, 4.5 years after its grand debut, the property has become one of the most talked about and most controversial casinos in town. Regulators recently hit it with a staggering $10.5 million penalty for lapses in anti-money laundering compliance under Title 31 federal rules, a headline that only added fuel to the fire. The irony is that the hotel itself isn't the problem. The rooms are polished, the amenities impressive, but the financial picture is rough, and the casino floor feels far too empty for a resort that cost $4.3 billion to build. Walking through it today, the silence is unsettling. This massive complex sits where the legendary Stardust once stood, on land that was originally earmarked for Genting Group's ambitious Echelon Place. When Resorts World finally opened in June 2021, expectations were sky high. It offered 3 distinct hotel experiences under one roof: Hilton for entry-level stays, Conrad for the mid-tier, and Crockford's for luxury guests with private check-in and villas. The property boasted a 117,000-square-foot casino, more than 40 restaurants and bars, a 5,000-seat theater, sprawling pools, the Zouk nightclub from Singapore's Zouk Group, a day club, and even a Vegas loop station connecting to Elon Musk's tunnel system. At launch, it felt futuristic: cashless gaming, facial recognition for room access, and tablets that controlled everything. This isn't meant to bash Resorts World. I've stayed there myself, and the rooms are among the nicest on the Strip. The pools are genuinely enjoyable, and the dining options are diverse, though predictably pricey. On paper, this resort should be a money-making machine. In reality, it's weighed down by debt, property taxes, and mounting expenses. The financials tell the story. In Q1 2025, revenue plunged 22% year-over-year to about $166 million. Q2 showed a slight rebound to $180 million, but still far below what's needed to cover construction loans, operating costs, and capital spending. Q3 filings revealed $175 million in revenue, down about 1% from the prior year. Q4 numbers haven't been released yet, but indicators aren't promising. External factors compound the problem. Passenger traffic at Harry Reid International Airport has declined year over year. Convention attendance softened through the summer, hitting the very demographic Resorts World relies on. Group bookings for 2026 are pacing behind last year, according to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Despite its size and modern infrastructure, Resorts World has struggled to secure recurring convention blocks compared to competitors like Venetian Palazzo, MGM Grand, or Caesars Forum. Industry data shows midweek occupancy at Resorts World is volatile. It's bustling during major events but eerily quiet on random weekdays. That's why midweek deals are easy to find. The truth is, location matters more than people admit. The North Strip lacks organic foot traffic. Unlike MGM's central properties or Caesars mid-strip cluster, Resorts World doesn't benefit from casual visitors. Unless you're staying there, attending a show, or making a deliberate trip, chances are you won't walk through its doors. Resorts World isn't alone in its struggle. Just look around. Sahara faces the same uphill battle, and Circus Circus has been fighting against weak foot traffic for decades. The truth is, this property was designed for a very specific audience: international whales, high rollers, and premium domestic gamblers who could casually drop 6 figures. When that crowd slows down even slightly, the entire operation feels it instantly. Meanwhile, the bills never stop coming. The $4.3 billion construction cost, property taxes across nearly 90 acres, it all adds up. And one issue that rarely gets discussed is how inefficient the casino floor is compared to its size. At 117,000 square feet, it's one of the largest on the Strip. Yet, Nevada Gaming Control Board data reviewed by industry analysts in 2024 and 2025 shows Resorts World's gaming win per square foot lags behind Wynn, Encore, Venetian, and even some mid-strip properties. The sheer scale magnifies the problem. More staff, more utilities, more overhead, without the gambling volume to match. Then came the regulatory storm. In March 2025, the Nevada Gaming Commission fined Resorts World and parent company Genting Group $10.5 million, the second-largest penalty in state history. The fine capped a 2-year investigation into anti-money laundering failures under the Bank Secrecy Act and federal regulations. Investigators found the casino allowed illegal bookmakers, convicted felons, and individuals with no clear source of income to wager millions without proper oversight. Required currency transaction reports and suspicious activity reports weren't filed. Regulators described a culture that prioritized big spenders over compliance. One case stood out. Matthew Baer, a California bookmaker, reportedly lost nearly $8 million at Resorts World over 20 months. His wife was working as a contracted marketing host tied to the property. That same account was linked to bets placed by E.P. Nizuhara, who later admitted to stealing millions from MLB star Shohei Ohtani to cover gambling debts. That scandal dragged Resorts World into national headlines. The settlement didn't include an admission of guilt, but Resorts World agreed to sweeping corrective measures, retraining all employees, hiring a new compliance chief, quarterly third-party audits, and direct reporting to regulators. On paper, those steps are in place. In reality, federal agencies remain involved and further penalties are possible. Legal headaches continued. In November, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals revived a civil suit from high roller R.J. Cipriani, who alleges Resorts World knowingly catered to criminal elements, ignored his warnings, and failed to protect him. That case is active again and could stretch well into 2026. The fallout was immediate. Just before the fine became public, Resorts World laid off about 50 full-time employees. Not a massive cut, but the timing raised eyebrows. Leadership turnover has been constant since 2024. New presidents, CFO, COO, board reshuffles, and vice president changes, all signaling Genting is scrambling to restore credibility. Competition only makes things harder. Fontainebleau opened next door, chasing the same luxury crowd, while Wynn, Encore, and Venetian remain a short walk south with decades of loyalty from the very whales Resorts World needs. The Central Strip still dominates tourist traffic. There's no free attraction pulling crowds north, no fountains, no spectacle like Bellagio's. The glowing sphere outside looks impressive, but it's not a destination driver. To be fair, there are bright spots. The theater has booked real headliners. The F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix weekend packed the clubs and day club. Aggressive promotions, no resort fees, locals comps have helped fill rooms midweek. The new culinary union contract secured better wages and benefits, which should improve service quality long-term. But the core challenges remain. Resorts World must halt the revenue slide, resolve compliance issues with both state and federal regulators, and figure out how to keep rooms and the casino floor busy every day, not just during marquee events. I genuinely want Resorts World to succeed. It's one of the most impressive properties on the Strip and a major investment in the North End. The question is whether they can plug enough holes quickly enough to survive this downturn. Have you visited Resorts World lately? Share your thoughts below. And if you want more on-the-ground breakdowns from someone who actually walks these floors, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.